What if I told you that the deepest explanation for anti-Semitism, both the historical anti-Semitism and the one that's raging right now, is found in a science fiction book? The book I'm referring to is the book Childhood's End by the great science fiction writer Arthur C. Clarke, written in 1953, in many ways the golden age of classical science fiction. Now I'm warning you, I'm going to spoil this book for you. It's going to be spoiler filled, so if you want to read the book without knowing anything, this is the time to stop and go and read it. On the other hand, I don't think science fiction books are holy books, so it's not so bad to hear spoilers. The main thing is the insights that we can glean from them, the ideas, but of course it's up to you. Okay, so the story takes place at the end of the 20th century, which is about 40 or 50 years in the future of the time of writing. And humanity is on the verge of World War III, nuclear war, in which it very well may destroy itself completely. At the very last moment, just before the war breaks out, a fleet of flying saucers, spaceships, comes to planet Earth and situates itself above the major cities in the world. And out of this spaceships, the aliens broadcast that they have been sent to stop World War III so that we don't destroy ourselves. Now, very quickly, these aliens, which are very good aliens, they're like angels almost, they're the opposite of the type of aliens that come to destroy the world. They bring world peace, they bring cures to all the diseases, they solve all the biggest scientific mysteries. They do away with all the superstition. They create a utopian age of plenty of peace, of health, of enlightenment, and camaraderie between all people in the world. The people call them the overlords, but of course they're very good overlords. Now the thing is this: these aliens, under no circumstances, are willing to be seen. We only hear them, we don't see them. They're not willing to be seen. Even the representatives of humanity that go up to the spaceships every once in a while to talk, to get briefed, they speak to him. They speak to them when they're behind the wall. They don't see them. And then the people beg, we want to see you. We want to see how you look like. You're our guardian angels. You came from space. You saved us. We want to see you. And the aliens say, we're sorry, you can't. You're not yet ready. So the people say, so when will we be ready? They say, in 50 years' time. So the people go, most of us are going to be dead. They say, that's the point. The people who grew up in the age prior to the age that we brought, the age of wars and illness and superstition, they can't see us. They're not ready. We have to have a new generation. Only people who were very young when we came or were born after we came, they will be able to see us. Now, of course, all this is very reminiscent of the whole idea of the generation who were in the Exodus, came out of Egypt, who were not able to enter the promised land. Only the new generation that was born in the wilderness, and with the manna from heaven and with the miracles that were involved in the wilderness, only they could enter the land of Israel, because they were totally free from all the negative influences of Egypt and the golden calf and the sin of the spies and all this. Okay, now I spoke about these aliens and I compared them to angels, and that's no coincidence. At some point in the book, the overlords, those aliens, they're asked, who sent you? And they said, well, just like you call us overlords, then we could say that there's something above us, and we can call it the overmind. It's like the supreme consciousness, and we can't see that mind either, just like you can't for the time being see us. We can't see him. We're only getting messages from him in some way, and he sent us to save you, because he says that you have this cosmic role to play that we even can't understand. So it's really like God and the angels. Same idea. The overman is like God and the aliens are like the angels. And including, by the way, the idea that exists in Judaism, that human beings can reach a higher spiritual state than the angels. In Judaism, it's described that the angels are stationary, meaning they can't budge from their predestined role. They have one role to play, they can't budge, whereas humans are called walkers or movers. We're able to evolve and grow and ultimately grow spiritually higher than the angels. So all this is in the book, except it's not God and angels, it's this overmind and the overlord aliens. Okay, back to the story. The 50 years go by, and the promised day arrives, there's celebrations all over the world. Everyone dresses nicely, and they come out to the big squares, and then those little shuttles come down from the flying saucers, and everyone is waiting eagerly. And out of the spaceship comes the familiar voice of the alien representative, and he asks that two little children, a boy and a girl, come in, and he wants to leave with them together. So the two little children run into the spaceship, and then all three go out, and everyone can finally see how the aliens look like. And how do they look like? They look exactly like the classic Christian depiction of the devil. They're red, they're winged, they have horns, their legs are like goats, and they have a pointy tail. Except the kids who did not grow up based on these imagery, they're not afraid. They don't see anything frightening. They just see this alien that's beautiful, that's different, and then they accept it very innocently. What's going on here? So an explanation is given. The explanation is the following. Throughout history, humanity had a kind of prophetic intuition in the collective subconscious that a day will come and the familiar, known human existence will reach its end, and we will all enter a new, higher phase of existence with a level of consciousness that's higher than everything we've known before, the connection to this overmind, this superior consciousness. But because in the limitations of our previous, more mundane, more narrow, more earthly consciousness, we experience this end of our childhood. That's the reason for the name of the book. We thought, wrongly believed, that the end of our childhood will be the end of the world. So we imagined that those guardian angels that are going to come and rescue us, we mistook them for demons that are going to bring some apocalypse and destroy the world. But really, they're not devils or demons, they're angels, and they're not here to bring an end to the world, just an end to our phase of childhood and to usher in this age of maturity and enlightenment. And that's also the reason why the first generation was not ripe to see these aliens, because if we would have seen them from the very moment that they came, we would have thought, oh my God, the apocalypse is here, these demons from outer space are here to destroy us, and we would have panicked. But we needed not to see them, so that we could assume that they're angels, maybe like angels look like, but really it's the opposite. So we would have thought it's the devil coming to kill us. It's really an angel coming to birth us into this new era, a new phase of our own development. Now, I think that this is a brilliant idea, and it reflects something very, very profound about generally maturity and becoming more of a grown-up. It's just like when you're a kid, you don't like your teachers and you fight with your parents and you don't like to be disciplined, but then years later you realize that all these teachers and parents were they were working for you. They had your own best future in mind, and they made sure that you're not a spoiled child and that you grow up and become an adult, and you go and thank them. So the same goes for this. The various angels of our existence, when they first come, every blessing that is a blessing that is going to bring us into a new phase also means the end of the previous phase, and so we mistake it to be a curse, but it's really a blessing. Okay, now what's the connection between all this and anti-Semitism? Well, throughout the very long history of Christianity, and in fact Islam also, the nation that was compared the most, without any competition even, to the devil is the Jewish people. We were the devil incarnate. We were the sons of the devil. We were the fathers of the devil. We were the cult of the devil. We were accused of slaughtering Christian children so that we can use their blood to prepare the matzot of Pesach. That's a satanic, demonic concept. Now, of course, anti-Semitism has different versions. Rabbi Jonathan Sachs famously called anti-Semitism a shape-shifting virus. So in Christianity, we were the devil, and then in Nazi Germany, we were this lower race that's like a a germ that is like a disease that needs to be healed by killing us. And today, it's neither this nor that. It's anti-Zionism. Anti-Zionism is the new version of anti-Semitism. I'm not talking about any old criticism of the state of Israel. I'm talking about setting special, unique, unprecedented, and in fact impossible criteria before the land of Israel, and using this double standard that forgives what Iran and Hamas are doing, and but goes ballistic when we are defending ourselves against these genocidal regimes, or expects us to take in attacks like the October 7th attack, and then to just make peace with the people who did it and allow them to do it again. All this is just a new version of anti-Semitism, because it's totally biased, it's unbalanced, and it puts us in a situation that we have no way of coming out of. So in all of these cases, we are depicted in many ways in demonic terms, either literally or metaphorically in demonic terms. We are going to bring World War III. We're endangering the world. We're evil on a totally different scale. We're like the worst agent in the Middle East, and all this. Now, we're used to saying that all this hatred is irrational, and it's just looking for a scapegoat, and it's the oldest hatred, and it's just the way it is. Anti-Semitism exists in the world. But maybe there's a different explanation. Maybe all this hate is stemming on a very profound level from an intuition, a feeling, a knowledge that we, meaning not Jews, but the Judaism that we represent and the Torah that we are the custodians of, we are a threat, a true threat, to the existing order of the world, to the way things are believed to be. And we threaten this. For example, the approach that it's human technology and human science that runs the world, that we are running the world, that we are like God. And Judaism is basically challenging that. We're threatening maybe the crazy sexual promiscuity that's running rampant in the social network and is really diluting our sense of being created in the image of God, that our bodies are holy, that our lives are holy. We're saying that's all wrong. We're threatening the big make-believe that the two biggest religions in the world, Christianity and Islam, are these original creations, and then they're and not what they are, which is an offshoot of the Torah. They were both coming out of the original vision of the Torah, of the monotheism. It's not Christianity, Islam, and Judaism aren't three siblings or sisters. It's a mother with two daughters, except the daughters became massive, and the mother is very small and modest. That's Judaism. But it's all coming out of the Torah. We're threatening this basic assumption in the world. And also, we're just threatening the hypocrisy of saying that the state of Israel is the bad guy of the Middle East. Just that hypocrisy is also something we're threatening. So by the Judaism, by virtue of existing, the Jewish people, by virtue of existing, we threaten all these things. And therefore we are perceived as and presented as a kind of devil, a kind of demon that is going to destroy the world. Whereas in reality, it's the exact opposite. Judaism carries a message of wisdom, of understanding, of knowledge, of how to lead a more rectified, more modest, more connected lifestyle. And a lot of messages, a lot of ideas, a lot of concepts that can, a kind of sensitivity, a kind of way of learning, a way of understanding the Bible in a deeper way. All these things can bless the world. But because this means the end of what came before, we are perceived as these demons. But really, we at least should be the angels. Of course, all this requires of us Jews to truly be a nation of angels, a nation of priests, as the verse says. Just like the priests bless the Jewish community, so does the Jewish community need to bless the entire world, but they need to feel like just angels, that is just channels. It's not us. We are just servants of the overmind. We need to be connected to the overmind, to God, and we need to just be his messengers, his emissaries. So in order to be a kingdom of priests, we need to be a holy nation. And a holy nation means that ourselves are are free of all those things that we're trying to put an end to. We don't have this feeling that we're running the world. We don't have this pride. We don't have this buying into all the falsehoods of the world. So with God's help, Be'ezrat Hashem, we'll merit to be connected and play our role in this. I just wanted to share with you this idea that this very, very profound concept that's in the science fiction book could actually serve as the best and deepest explanation for anti-Semitism. Of course, this needs to be expanded and looked more deeply into, and maybe we'll do it in some future video. So long for now. Hi everyone, if you enjoyed this episode, please press like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. If you want more English language videos from me, please consider becoming a supporter via Patreon. You can find the link in the description below. Thank you very much, and see you in the next episode.